Okay, we're back. Thankfully, the audio mixing on the previous version, on the previous video was fine. Um, yeah. So last time we got not this one, but we got this one: the stranger, the damsel, the gray, and the wraith. Sorry. So now we're gonna go, and also when I kept trying to see if I could get back to the damsel, I kept picking up the knife, which would make the princess mean, which makes sense.
You're on a path. You're here to... Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically... Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I've literally just started though.
Yes, but you'll have to slay... It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
That's clearly a lie.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Okay.
Then each... So sure, go, talk to her. See how you make your way up the short path. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know...
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is all the blade.
Okay, let's enter without the basement. I want to do all the passive ones first, I guess.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive... Her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
See, if you don't carry the knife, she's nice.
Hypnotizing. Don't let it fool...
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs...
See, now she's like more submissive, whereas like if you carried the knife, her voice is more confident and defiant. That's a good detail. Again, that's the reactivity of the game. It's what you want it to be.
I am begging you to stay...
Hi.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a huge... No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the... They're large.
I wanted to see if I could repeat something.
For you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful. Whoever locked the...
Let's see this one.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out. Is someone else...
Okay.
You tried. Your shout. You're here. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been easier for her, easier for everyone,
Okay, this is
I
repeat.
heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic.
If I could just get out of these chains.
She barely.
Okay, this is yep.
The ball. You won't.
I guess we can. Let me save it here. Or actually, it doesn't really matter. I want to see what happened if I could repeat something. Save her, I guess.
Fine. You cut. The blade is
Yeah.
sharp. Her lip. She did. No. She smiled. How is she still?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No. As the prince. Wait. Watch me. Stop your body.
See, I can't. Okay. It doesn't let me go here again, so I might as well. Okay.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny that everything goes dark. And
The witch, huh?
you're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
Oh, I forgot to listen to the voice.
Warning, she will... Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done.
I should have picked the previous
The
choice.
interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that we killed you last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Maybe she'll be
The
nice.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into... The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lived, her voice...
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else. She seems friendly enough. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is.
So that makes sense. We can't go back to the old path because the world ended, right? When the being collected that vessel, the world ended with that vessel, right? With that path. So there's no way of going back because that world is gone. That timeline has been deleted.
Look,
That makes
I'm
sense.
just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
Just a betrayed?
She's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been here, haven't you? That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be... Do you remember us then? Do you remember last time? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fight. I'm just glad we could put... Or is it? Or just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now. So I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things...
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I mean, this is true, right? There's something messy, something bigger than both of us at work.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all, and unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Okay.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutual... Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Yep.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster.
I want to see a closer look at her.
If you're sorry, then let me out of... Is that a joke? Do you think a joke... Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me, by the way. I'm actually a little anxious about a potential backstabbing event.
Look at her leg.
Get out of here. We'll be fine if that's what we decide to do. You won't be fine because destruction is in her nature. If she gets out of here, that's it. Even if that's true, that doesn't automatically mean she's going to stab us in the back. I think that depends on your definition of words like stab and in the back. See? He gets it.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you
she's
find
kind of cute
yourselves
too.
Face to face.
She's kind of cute here on this one too. I like
She's
this one.
silent for a long moment, as if testing to see.
You just kind of want to pet her.
She's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one that lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this... Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted.
Look at this little smug, little smug grin. My God. All right, let's go.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't. No. The stairs are a bunch of over. The princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all. Isn't that a relief? You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your. What did you just? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing.
Oh, great.
The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
Well,
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. You were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being like that. Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done. Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you.
damn. Harsh.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
Well,
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I... And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck. It's just one problem. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get
uh-oh.
Ho ho ho! So she's not as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen now? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next? I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
She's gone.
It feels so bad. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with... Okay. Finally.
I only see very, like, minor things. I don't really see much of anything with the reflection. I'm not sure what this is trying to say.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Me too, that's why I'm doing this, really.
This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Damn, why is she so wise?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail. No. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here.
We are?
Waiting for you.
You're on a you're here. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your... We're not gonna ignore him. The interior of the blade.
Let's do another peaceful one.
The door to the base. Her voice.
Hello?
This. Don't.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job. You've given away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi. You were joking about coming... Okay. Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Sure.
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to...
Is that why they threw me down here? I don't remember much about it, to be honest.
How long...
Did they tell you how? I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're...
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but They didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less. That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
I liked it.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a
Let's save here. Not that I ever reload any of these saves, but
You can't be serious.
Thank you.
You're making... No. You walk up to the chair. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's some doubtful.
Maybe there's some way to break the... Or if that doesn't work...
She off. If we were stuck down here long, it would tempt us. You're up. Easier.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight...
If I could just...
She bears. She will...
Yep.
You without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally. The wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure.
I'm not so sure
Don't
either.
Waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your blade...
We did this already.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her... We can still turn this around.
Give up. Oh, okay.
Are you serious?
Because I already slayed her.
What's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor. The blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job.
Yep.
The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you, her shining eyes watch. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark. You're here. It hasn't. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here. You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing... A warning. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if she could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table. The blade is your... No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
Doesn't really matter.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up through the holes, oddly warm, she growls.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully
It's a good
make
line.
your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere. You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain. Remember, she's just a princess. She's certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only her shining eyes appear between the leaves.
Oh, there she is.
Staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now. There's a shift in the humid air, and something enormous lunges from the shadows, her maw unhinged and dripping, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured. I guess that's it then. Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it. You are in a dark and caustic place.
Oh, wow.
Thick, fibrous lining
I'm literally
constricts
inside
around you,
her.
its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
You spoke when you needed to act.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the...
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel...
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. With a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her. Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, A nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here? Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is we don't have steel, but we have tooth and claw? Tear through her before we are her.
Let me save here.
Like the cornered animal you are, you tear against the thick membranes of her stomach with every part of you that can be made sharp. Nails.
We're just gonna be
claws,
more united, I think.
hands, feet.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess.
The cage is still locked.
Again you tear, heart pumping with adrenaline, your ulcerating hands a blur of feverish motion fueled by the desperation to fight against being reduced to lifeless molecules and meat. The pulling returns to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the open door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of
Oh my
blistering.
god.
You can't hold me forever.
Your energy is fading, but you can hear her heart thumping somewhere close. There's so little of you left. Your fingers reduced to bone, your nerves bare and screaming, the acid pooling around you now a soup of your skin and meat. You are a spark of will driving a melted corpse. But will can never truly exceed the limits of the flesh. Your vision finally begins to blur, your eyes clouding over as they melt in their sockets. What little air remains in this rancid stew of flesh and slippery organs is finally too foul to breathe, and your lungs mercifully give out before you have to suffer another burning liquid.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end, but something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge. His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the wood. That's not the princess. I think that's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one. But you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
That's just because she devoured us and we dissolved away. We don't even exist as a body anymore. We're still here, though. And if we're safe, isn't that better? She ate you. And now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
I guess that's it then. This is us now. We're the woods. Okay.
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to...
That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt? You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
What does that mean?
What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
This is all too much. Why can't we just let her do as she sees fit? She's the one who can handle being vast. It's not for us. It's not for me.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
Okay.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
Of course we do.
You won't find anything if I have to starve you. If I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it. Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this right now. think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
No, stop!
Is this what he kept from us?
What is this?
Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
She's gone. And is that a... That thing reeks of death. I don't want to look at...
What's... Now I'm really lost.
I think you know what I am.
Holy shit, okay.
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is? Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I'm so confused.
The inevitability of death is torture. I would gladly put two infinite beings through what you've been through to spare infinite lives from oblivion. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I really...
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
I really don't get it. Like, it's like the world is ending, so they put two people that can't. So she's deaf and I'm the long quiet, and we have pieces of each other and we kill each other over and over and over to avoid other people from dying from other worlds.
I'm only delusional if I'm wrong. But I'm not wrong. I can't be wrong. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me. So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
I'm like so confused. I haven't brought all the vessels yet. So why am I here?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
Okay.
So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Did I skip something?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What's going on?
A web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves, laid upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end when I began? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Why is she battling me? I'm just trying to talk to her.
Though that was us before we were us, there is no turning back. For all the echo's delusion, he still managed to reshape reality itself. Though he could not destroy what could not be destroyed. We are intertwined. A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't. For each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow? Meaning lies in experience, and experience lies in contrast. But I am contrast itself. To reject me is to reject the shape of everything. Do not use words to reduce that which your eyes... I kill you, you kill me. Back and forth we go. Hollow eyes watch from the dry corners of a memory. A home built on all the futures that were supposed to be. I kill you and me. An ending is a passion that can only be expressed with a moment in time. And without me...
Why is this highlighted?
You speak of me as if I'm a ghost.
Oh, I'm seeing her perspective. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm so lost. Why are we fighting? I was just asking her a question and now we're fighting.
Then set me free.
Okay, sure.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words.
I don't understand why we're fighting.
I love you. It's magnificent.
Okay. Um... Okay, I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm so confused. I don't understand what just happened. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand what I am, what the prince. I still don't get it. And then at some point in the game, she like got mad at me, and we started fighting. It's like if you're always going to become this, what's the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked? Of all of them, that's this moment. Ah,
Violence has always been our language. A web of nerves. Line upon a web of nerves. Where did you end? Oh, is it not? A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, but forever is not to change. You cling to emotion, pain is suffering. There is beauty in ugliness. You kill me. Every click begun. Past and hollow eyes, I kill, an ending.
okay.
You speak of me as a... We are. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing? You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Are you so desperate to destroy me that nothing is immutable? Everything that is, there is no You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything. Open your eyes and what I offer you is not...
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. They're still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to
She's relentless, isn't she? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to... That'd be nice. A little comfort in an... Oh, we never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see this through. That's probably for the best. It's always seems to give us more things we can do, right? So, you're not gonna suggest... No, we've been through too much for that. And he's gone, so there's no one left. You've gotten sick. Besides, what's the third beat? It isn't funny if I suggest that twice, especially since you... There's the guy I know. Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if... Me too. He was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us... Those winding stairs again. But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? Yeah, it was a real...
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us. But let's talk. All of us.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. And forward we go. We should... That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs. No weird... Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So, you brought the knife. After everything you've seen, and all the lives we've lived together, you still aren't sure what you want to do? Unless you are. We just hope you're sure of yourself, one way or the other.
So this is really it then? Let's see this through.
So, you've made a choice for all of us. Even through everything. Through all the worlds we've seen and experienced. Through all the lives we've known and lost. We could never imagine a world without you and us. It doesn't feel possible. Despite it all, we've always loved you. We hope you don't regret what comes next.
She's gone. Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? That's right. We've got our whole world. It's quiet here. Yeah, there's not a lot for us to do, is there? He's gone. She's gone. It's finally over, isn't it? We really won. We're the house now. We get to make... This is nice. No more.
That wasn't very hard. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it. Time mends a lot of things. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to see you all again. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Yeah, we can do that. You actually did it! I know I just told you not to, but I'm proud that you did it anyways. It's like you finally left the nest. Yeah, just like that it's gone, isn't it? Blade tossed,
Look at
glass
this.
shattered. I guess we'll have to make do with... Hey! Yeah,
It's okay. We don't.
she doesn't... And forward we go. That was easy compared... Yeah, that wasn't...
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script. Are we missing a page? That's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. A conversation with us then probably wouldn't have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us. We don't know. We like you as you are. We like us as we are. Maybe we would have liked her version of us too, turning the wheel of a cosmic cycle together. But that's not the choice you made. Even though it took courage for you to make your way down here, away from the paths others would have had you walk. We find—
But that's the worst part of us. That's me she's talking about. I think that's the point.
We're just a stranger. But that doesn't mean we have to be distant from you. It just means that we'll always be able to find new things.
That's sweet. I think it's only sad. Is it unfair?
Was it not? We found you at the end of all things, and you found us. Is that not fair? We know we must sound like her, but it's how we feel. Everything that happened to us seems so important now.
Besides, I don't...
He'd hate that. So you should do it, even if he is...
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible? Is that... After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it... Yeah, I think we've done our job. We're not alone, and I'm sure we'll...
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together, with someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves. And we love you too.
I mean, that's as final as it gets, right? That's pretty final. I think so. I mean, they still have a lot of vessels to collect, but it feels like I don't need to. It feels like it's all kind of pointless. I already achieved the end that I wanted. I just don't know how I did it or why it matters. I feel like I kind of like took shortcuts on the way there for some reason. Yeah, I really don't understand. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I played an older save. I think the biggest question I want to ask is what am I? What is the princess? And what's the whole point of us needing to relentlessly need to cut each other and kill each other over and over again? That's all I need to know. The game hasn't really told me that in a way that makes sense. They just like they've spoken around it. I think I'm just gonna need to do a new game. But the fact that I can reach this ending without knowing what's happening, it's all very, you know, it just comes across as not like satisfactory. I don't know. Maybe I'll need to have to play more games. What the? Whoa! Okay. That just happens naturally, I guess. Well, that's an unsettling image. Okay, well, that's it. I don't know if I'll play more. We'll see.